Hello, Steve Santee, Certified Mortgage Planning Specialist with Axia Home Loans here with a business planning, tax, time-saving tip. So, as we near the end of the year, we start to prepare for 2018 or that next year with our goals, strategies, what have you. But I think one common area that tends to get overlooked is tax strategy for the next year. We often get into that a little bit more when we start preparing that tax return during tax season. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the auto deduction. Now, there are several different ways that you can utilize the auto deduction. And you want to consult your CPA or really do some research on that different information. I've included a link below to a great article that kind of talks through the different strategies, some of the pros, cons, and when you won't use a specific strategy. So take a look at that for sure. But it seems like for the most part, most people will need to do some sort of mileage logging in most of these strategies. So the old way of doing that, is you got that book, you leave it in your door, in your glove box, and you kind of pull that out. Well, for me, that's a little bit time consuming for one, and second, if I'm in any sort of a rush, I'm jumping out that door and moving along and not completing that. So what I've been doing here for the last few months is I grabbed an app called Mile IQ. I do think there's several other out there, but this is the one that I grabbed. And what it allows me to do, basically, is real simply, it shows me a particular trip on the screen, and I get to swipe that trip to the right if it's for business, or swipe it to the left if it's for personal. So very quick for me to separate the two, and I've got my detailed mileage right there. It saves it in a report. I can access it on a daily, weekly, monthly, or of course annually basis. So a really great tool on that front. Now let's talk a little bit about the app, kind of this particular one, and some of the challenges, if you will, that I've had with it. The one thing is that you need your GPS turned on in order for it to work. And you jump in your car and sometimes you forget to hit that GPS turn on. So what I've done is I've left the GPS on. Now that creates another challenge in that you're definitely using more battery when you've got that GPS running, and there's nothing like getting halfway through your day on the road and you have no more battery in your cell phone. So what I did is I grabbed one of those little portable batteries and I leave that in my car, but I leave it plugged in to the cigarette lighter. So anytime that I turn the car on, it's constantly going into a charge, which keeps it charged, so I don't have to remember to get that thing charged. I've done that several times. I grab a battery and it's not charged, like, well, that was worthless. So that's a great strategy to use that. Now, the other thing I wanted to highlight is my understanding is if you're using QuickBooks for your accounting, they've got a feature in their app that'll do this as well and sync right up with your QuickBooks accounting. So that would probably be the better direction to go on that front. As well, I do understand there are several other apps out there. The Mile IQ is not free. It allows you to basically test it. It gives you a number of drives, and then you'll have to pay for it. In my case, a price worth paying to save me that time. So take a look at the app. You can find it out there in your app store, or if you've got an iPhone. You can also check out the article below that again talks about some of those different strategies that you can utilize, and in the end, consult your CPA and get this wrapped up so that January 1st hits, you're hitting the ground running with a very clear auto mileage deduction strategy. All right, until next time, have a great day and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.